Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. I managed to get past cycle 100 with 24 bionic dupes. We are producing lots of hydrogen down here, and that is the centerpiece to us being able to survive, continuing to run some power banks. We're also doing a little bit of base cooling, single thermo aqua tuner right now. That seems to be keeping things running smooth as well as keeping some of the agriculture that I want being able to grow at temperatures that it needs to. But what I'm concerned about most is the last little bit of water. So I've got to find a source for that. There is lots of water. I've been combining some of this polluted water to get... we're going to have a spill. Okay, maybe I should put this like that. Just so we can avoid this becoming overflowed. Also start digging this out. But yeah, so that's one option. I do see a polluted water vent that's here over on this asteroid. The only issue with that polluted water vent is going to be going to have some food poisoning, though that's not the biggest concern. But we also have this cool salt geyser. And this is going to be erupting in 2 cycles, so that's going to be out pretty soon. And then a cool slush geyser. And this one's going to be active in 5 cycles. So it won't be long before these both are actually... That's really awesome. But there is... I believe one other... There's a saltwater geyser here. There's another cool slush geyser, which I haven't found. Anyway, if I can get that and start producing some water, we can... I might be able to give my attention to some more interesting things. On this smaller asteroid, I've been surviving on the water here, and that's lasted a long time. It's surprising how long things can last when you've got just few dupes. But it lasts not forever, so what I'm doing is putting another pitcher pump with a pump or a liquid drop off their vent, where we're going to dump in some water, so essentially just utilizing the water that's over here. Also, we've been relying on polluted dirt that's been going in here, and that is not going to last forever, so we're putting in an electrolyzer to make sure that we've got an oxygen source when this no longer is able to produce anymore. Digging out this area, and I see 2 gold volcanoes. I played this asteroid a long time ago. I couldn't remember where the polluted water vent is, but the gold volcanoes made me recall it's somewhere in this area. In fact, oh no, maybe not. It's yeah, we'll see when we get there, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another cool polluted water vent, which will be nice. So here's an area I've already explored and completely did not see this. I suspect this is the polluted water vent. We'll find out shortly if it is. This is actually the perfect place to dig it out. Nice thing is everyone's wearing Atmos suits, so wet areas doesn't really concern me like it did. Yep, cool slush geyser. There it is. Okay, let's dig this whole thing out. Awesome. Mark this to be analyzed so we can see when it's going to go off. Open this area up a little bit. Alright, maybe underneath as well. Now that I've discovered the cool slush geyser, I am now concerning myself with the massive amount of chlorine, natural gas, and carbon dioxide. There's lots of oxygen for these guys to breathe, but that's going to build up and up. So obviously, pump going in here will have some little logic to detect oxygen or not, and then we'll have this area I'm clearing out, which is going to be some gas sorting and storage. So now that we've got this area for water and we've got our electrolyzer running, wanting to wrangle up some of these pug slugs. Been collecting their eggs and bringing them over to this world. And they've been stored over here. Actually, might need to expand this little area. But for the last few that are here, I want to make sure they stop consuming our metal. As I am clearing this room out, it's occurring to me if I want to save my metal, I'm also going to have to remove the metal from this room. So we're going to store all of that in here. So any metal or technically refined metal, but I don't think I'm going to find that in here anyway. With the gas pump ready to go down here, let's put in our little spot here to store and sort various gases. So we're going to have a pump in each of these little areas. And basic plan is to push in various different types of gas. Let's say maybe this is going to be carbon dioxide, for instance. Have this go in at priority like this, and then if it can't go in this direction, it'll vent over here. We'll have an infinite store of different types of gas. We'll need a little bit of liquid to make this work, so we're going to bring in the first bit of our liquid. This is going to be brine from the other asteroid. We'll just dump some of that in. Let's start the process of connecting these. We'll drain all the gas out. And then I'm going to work on a airflow, or I guess liquid airlock, with the idea of having a vacuum in the middle. Actually, if we're going to do that, probably have that middle one here is insulation. Probably also wanting to fill this in at the top as well. And over here, we're now ready. Okay, we can get in our pug slugs, throw them in this zone. Make that a high priority thing. There's only so many left because I've been removing their eggs. Oh, does this need to be taller? Let's make that one taller. And we'll go and wrangle. Actually, haven't gone inside there. Wrangle, wrangle, wrangle. Technically, don't need the pip. And let's take a pass so we can get in and access that. And we might as well take advantage of all the power in the meantime as well. So we'll do that. I believe we are ready now to have this thing run. I'm going to select what I want to have in each section. Let's put carbon dioxide there. Let's put some chlorine over here and natural gas on this far over one like that. Everything else can just be vented like that, and let's fire this thing up. Oh, I don't have any power. Okay, let's connect that up there. And how are we doing over here? Excellent. We've got this setup going. I want to go in like that so we can get both the ladder going down and fire pole. And eventually take this over there. And I guess this really works well. Actually, let's have a look at... I mean, we haven't been taking on a whole lot of heat. But this will definitely make it such that we can last much longer. Before I block this off, probably smart. Igneous rock. So if we build our ladder in first, and even start a fire pole. And these guys seem to be in here happy. That's excellent. Did we miss any? Oh, we did. Okay, we'll put you in there. Well, with that, I might try my hand at trying to replace some of these with wild versions. Hold on. No, we want to, let's bring in more pips into the world before we do that first. Because they might be disposable pips, which we'll have to see later on. So we now have achieved a vacuum here. And we've got a ladder going down, so I don't see why we don't just pop in insulated tile right there now. And I noticed there's lots of stinky air just above our base, so we're going to aim to clean some of that up. We'll put in some deodorizers. I already have the power lines ready to go, or design anyway. Alright, let's see what that does. Oh, and hydrogen. Ever since we've got back up here, I never built something to take care of that. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing after this. Just before we put in this pump, I'm going to make sure this goes a little bit higher. Let's also open up this zone right here. This polluted water is making polluted oxygen, and I don't want that to be scooped up. And we've just drained this, taking some pacus with us. We're going to travel all the way over here and dump this liquid with our big pile down here. I guess we're going to have to be careful about not overfilling yet again. We'll do this type of thing. Build a ladder going over. And our new hydrogen pump being built way up here. I guess we'll get rid of that as well. Oh, let's make sure I don't forget to select hydrogen once this is built. Really wish there was a way to do it before it was built so you could kind of design it, set it, not have to necessarily be in the situation where you forget. But anyway, that's all right. There we are. So we've got hydrogen that we're able to take from here and be able to make sure we don't get too much hydrogen. So that takes care of the top of the base. So I haven't been checking this in a while. Some seeds. Let's go with the bottom of the base now. We've got this guy. Wait. Still no power. Oh, I think I saw disconnection. I guess I didn't do that quite right. Okay. So that wasn't running, but there it is. It's running now. And we'll start getting that gas out of there. And we should just make sure that this is running correctly. If this is all set up, we should be getting carbon dioxide stored in this little zone. We have carbon dioxide. Did I see a different type of gas? Maybe that was just my imagination. Okay, that appears to be just carbon dioxide. Let's have a look in this view. Yeah, okay, we are good then. Eventually, I should see the different types of gases there. All right, well, I'll have to think about what next then. All right, we've got a bigger spot for those guys. And single pipe. Okay, there we are. And our cooling process is online for them. Of course, now that I've taken that out a little bit longer, I'm going to now have to expand this, won't I? So now that I'm no longer bringing eggs to the other world, I'm going to have to be careful not getting too many eggs in here. So we are going to put in something right here where both those can access it, or that guy can access it. Cobalt, lead the metal will join these, and we'll just throw some pips out, pip eggs. They'll eventually become pips out right there. And then these guys, eventually, I'm going to be taking them down here, making some natural tiles, and I'll see if I can get some of these plants and connect them. Some of these betas over here to produce even more hydrogen. How are we doing with hydrogen? Okay-ish. They're decent over here. And I think I can envision a future pump being needed up here, so we'll start the process of getting up there anyway. Let's go over here, and these guys are looking to do something, so we'll think about where we're going next. I think water processing, because this is getting dangerously low. Yes. So we're going to be going into this zone to fix this little muck up. Also have our saltwater landing right here. Let's see, put an automation wire. It needs to be put in like that, and an opening up this spot here for essentially want to be able to take the coldness and exchange it with our actual cooling line. Instead of trying to, like, this is kind of a worst case scenario, heating up stuff this way, I'd rather put that coolant into my actual cooling line, which I'm going to try to do in that setup here. And then over on this asteroid, some natural tiles are being created. Time to design my heat exchange. I'm going to be taking some aluminum here, and let's go over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the centerpiece of that. Checking over these guys, I think this is enough height difference to be able to make wild plants. So I'm going to actually start up here before I move down here with some planting. All this depends, though. These guys keep coming back. I must miss some eggs, and otherwise I really do not need to bother with these little guys. I forgot to also have automatic egg removal. Actually, that would make it so that if I did miss any of those shinebug eggs, I can just automatically pull them out. Finally, with this whole setup. Do we have any... Oh, of course, we don't have any eggs dropped off because there's been no power. And that we've got some auto sweepers and conveyor loaders. Next step is to give each of these a little bit of power.